Cruise casinos are wild, but what happens when a $16,000 debt ends with a man jumping off the ship? These 15 shocking moments will make you think twice before placing that next bet. But what most passengers never realize is that behind the glitz and glamour of cruise casinos lurk secrets that could cost you more than just your chips. Stay with me, because what you're about to discover might just change how you gamble at sea forever. Before we dive in, show us some love. Smash that subscribe button and help us hit our goal of 1,000 subscribers. Every tap brings us closer, and trust us, we're just warming up. Number 1. The 16K Overboard Escape, Rhapsody of the Seas. Hey Gonzalez Diaz had racked up $16,710 in casino debt aboard a cruise ship. As it docked in Puerto Rico, he made a desperate move, jumping overboard to escape repayment. Jet skiers spotted him struggling in the water and pulled him to safety. But the real shock came when authorities searched him. 5 fake IDs and $14,600 in cash. It wasn't just a bad night at the tables, it was a full-blown escape attempt straight out of a crime thriller. And just when you think that's the wildest casino twist at sea, let's rewind to a moment when luck froze mid-spin and winnings vanished into darkness. Number 2. The Frozen Casino, Carnival Triumph. When an engine fire crippled the Carnival Triumph mid-cruise, the ship lost all power, and the casino went dark in an instant. Slot machines froze mid-spin. Jackpots locked in limbo, and players were forced to abandon their chips and hands. Some had just hit big wins, but with the systems down, there was no way to cash out. From frozen jackpots to vanished winnings, the Carnival Triumph's casino blackout was chilling. But the next story, it's not about machines failing, it's about a man who risked everything to escape his debt and nearly disappeared beneath the waves. Number 3. The Blackjack Breakdown, Norwegian Escape. It was supposed to be a night of high-stakes thrills, but after losing $10,000 at the blackjack table, one passenger aboard the Norwegian Escape snapped. Convinced the dealer was cheating, he erupted, flipping the table, scattering chips, and unleashing a tirade of threats at the stunned casino staff. Security rushed in as chaos unfolded. Guests watched in disbelief as the man had to be physically restrained, his dream vacation unraveling in a storm of rage and regret. The cards may have been cold, but the meltdown was scorching. Number 4. The Slot Machine Standoff. It was supposed to be the jackpot of a lifetime. A woman aboard the MSC Meraviglia claimed she'd just hit $50,000 on a slot machine until the screen glitched and the payout vanished. Furious and convinced she'd been robbed, she refused to back down. She barricaded herself inside the casino, live streaming the standoff to anyone who would watch. Passengers gathered, tensions rose, and the drama played out in real time until security finally stepped in to end the spectacle. It wasn't just a glitch, it was a digital dream turned into a public meltdown. Number 5. The Underage Gambler, Royal Caribbean Oasis. It was a bold move for a 17-year-old aboard the Royal Caribbean Oasis. Armed with a fake ID and nerves of steel, he slipped past security and into the casino. Luck was on his side. He hit a $3,000 win at the tables, but when he tried to cash out, the illusion crumbled. Staff caught the deception, and the fallout was swift. His entire family was escorted off the ship at the next port, their vacation cut short by one reckless bet. The jackpot may have been real, but so were the consequences. Number 6. The Drunken Dealer, Carnival Horizon. On the Carnival Horizon, the house didn't just lose, it unraveled. One night, a casino dealer was caught drinking on the job, slurring through hands and misdealing cards with reckless abandon. Chips were handed out like party favors, and stunned passengers began filming the chaos as it unfolded. The table turned into a spectacle, with disbelief rippling through the crowd. Eventually, the crew stepped in and shut it all down, but not before the damage was done, and the footage made its way online. It was less Vegas, more viral. Number 7. The High Roller Heist, Celebrity Edge. It wasn't luck that filled their pockets, it was deception. A group of passengers aboard the Celebrity Edge orchestrated a slick chip-switching scam, quietly swapping lower-value chips for high rollers and walking away with over $20,000. For a while, it worked. but surveillance cameras caught the sleight of hand, and the con unraveled fast. Security detained the group, and by the next port, they were handed over to authorities. The casino may glitter with fortune, but it watches everything. Number 8. The fake jackpot. Princess Cruises. It was the kind of win that turns heads. A slot machine flashing a massive jackpot mid-cruise. But this wasn't luck. It was a trick. One passenger aboard Princess Cruises used a magnetized device to manipulate the machine, forcing it to display a false payout. For a moment, it looked like he'd beaten the odds, but surveillance and swift crew action exposed the scam before he could cash in. He was arrested right there on the ship and banned from all future sailings. The house doesn't just watch, it remembers. Number 9. The casino romance gone wrong. Holland America. It began with a glance across the poker table, two strangers drawn together by cards, conversation, and the thrill of chance. Within days, their cruise turned into a whirlwind romance, complete with moonlit dinners and a surprise engagement by day 3. But by day 6, the fantasy shattered. She discovered he was already married, and worse, he'd been using her cruise account to bankroll his gambling spree. The betrayal ran deeper than the casino floor, leaving her heartbroken and humiliated in front of stunned passengers. On this ship, love wasn't the jackpot, it was the con. Number 10. The lucky streak. MSC Seaside. Luck can light up a casino, but sometimes it's just too good to be true. On the MSC Seaside, one passenger stunned the blackjack table by winning 12 hands in a row. Cheers turned to whispers as staff grew suspicious of the uncanny streak. A review of surveillance footage revealed the truth. He was wearing a hidden earpiece, receiving real-time card-counting signals from an accomplice. The house had been played, but not for long. Security intervened, and the lucky gambler's winning streak ended in disgrace. Number 11. The art auction gamble. Carnival Vista. Fresh off a casino win and riding high on adrenaline, one passenger aboard the Carnival Vista wandered into the ship's art auction. Spotting a striking painting, he placed an $8,000 bid, thinking he'd scored a deal. But there was one problem. He'd misread the price tag. When reality hit, he tried to back out, but the auction was binding and the canvas was his. The rest of the cruise turned into a frantic hustle as he tried to resell the artwork to anyone who'd listen. His lucky streak had turned into a costly lesson in fine print. Number 12. The casino ban. Royal Caribbean Freedom. Winning is the goal, but for one woman aboard the Royal Caribbean Freedom, she may have won too well. After a streak of consistent victories at the tables, casino staff pulled her aside and delivered a stunning verdict. She was banned. The reason? They claimed she was disrupting the balance. Refusing to go quietly, she filmed the confrontation. The footage captured her disbelief, the staff's insistence, and the surreal moment when success became a problem. The video went viral, sparking outrage and debate across social media. On this cruise, the house didn't just lose, it shut her out. Number 13. The cruise card clone. Norwegian Bliss. Not every jackpot's won at the tables. Some are stolen in silence. Aboard the Norwegian Bliss, a hacker pulled off a slick digital heist by cloning multiple cruise cards. With each swipe, they racked up thousands in casino charges, slipping under the radar while passengers unknowingly footed the bill. The scam unraveled when one guest spotted charges for games he'd never played. That single complaint triggered an investigation, exposing the high-tech con and sending shockwaves through the ship. On this cruise, the real gamble wasn't at the tables. It was trusting your card. Number 14. The jackpot that never was. Carnival Dream. Flashing lights, ringing bells, and a six-figure payout. One passenger aboard the Carnival Dream thought he'd just hit the ultimate jackpot, $100,000 on a slot machine. But celebration turned to disbelief when the cruise line stepped in, claiming it was all a malfunction. The payout was denied. The passenger sued, and what followed was a legal battle that dragged on for years, turning the case into a symbol of cruise casino controversy. Was it a glitch or a stolen win? Either way, the dream turned into a nightmare, and the jackpot that never was became legend. Number 15, the slot machine assault, Radiance of the Sea. During a 15-day repositioning cruise aboard Royal Caribbean's Radiance of the Seas, a dispute over a slot machine escalated into violence. A passenger had briefly stepped away from their machine, leaving a note asking nearby guests to watch it. Despite plenty of available machines, another couple jumped in and used the credits still loaded. When the original player returned, a heated argument broke out. The couple allegedly shoved the passenger to the ground and hurled verbal abuse. Security reviewed footage, confined the couple to their cabin, and later escorted them off the ship in Grand Cayman. They were handed a lifetime ban from Royal Caribbean and all its sister brands. From fake jackpots and forbidden romances to chip-switching scams and viral bans, these stories prove one thing. When you mix high stakes with open waters, anything can happen. Now it's your turn. Have you ever witnessed cruise casino chaos firsthand? Heard a story that rivals these? Or do you think some of these passengers were actually in the right? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Was it scandalous, savage, or just straight up surreal? We're betting you've got an opinion, and we want to hear it. Let the debate begin. If you enjoyed this countdown, give it a like. Subscribe for more cruise secrets, scandals, and insider tips. And don't forget to check out the other videos on the channel. Your next cruise might depend on it.